Welcome to a journey that might just change the way you view success and happiness. Today, we're looking into a powerful concept, letting go to embrace abundance. Imagine a life where less effort leads to more joy, where releasing your grip opens the door to new possibilities. It sounds counterintuitive, right? But that's exactly what we're exploring together. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover how stepping back can actually move us forward. Join me as we learn to let go and let abundance flow into our lives. The principle of non-attachment is widely acknowledged across various wisdom traditions around the world, yet it remains one of the most misunderstood concepts. Non-attachment is not about indifference or a lack of passion. Instead, it's about separating our efforts from our expectations. It encourages us to act with commitment and passion, but without the heavy burden of needing specific outcomes. Non-attachment is deeply rooted in the understanding that life is inherently unpredictable and that our control over outcomes is limited. This realization doesn't weaken our will to act, but frees us from the anxieties tied to specific results. When we accept non-attachment, we engage more fully with the process rather than being fixated on the end result. This shift in focus can lead to greater satisfaction and unexpected opportunities because it allows us to adapt and respond to situations as they arise with clarity and flexibility. Adopting a mindset of non-attachment means seeing the effort itself as an accomplishment. Whether you are working on personal goals like fitness or learning a new skill or professional ambitions, the focus shifts from winning to growing. This perspective encourages a lifelong journey of learning and personal development where the joy comes not just from reaching a peak, but from the climb itself. We will explore how letting go of our tight hold on how things should be can significantly reduce stress and enhance our mental well-being. We'll look into the psychological shifts that accompany the practice of letting go and how these shifts can lead to a richer, more fulfilling life experience. By understanding the mental frameworks that underlie non-attachment, we can begin to implement its practices in daily life, leading to profound changes in our approach to challenges and ambitions. Accepting the practice of letting go significantly impacts our mental health by fostering a more serene and less stressful mind. The habit of clinging too tightly to specific outcomes can often lead to heightened anxiety and persistent stress, as our mental peace becomes contingent upon external achievements or validations. When we learn to detach from these outcomes, we allow ourselves to experience a state of calmness and clarity, reducing stress and enhancing our capacity to enjoy life. This transformation begins with acknowledging that while effort is necessary, it need not be a source of constant pressure. Letting go teaches us to put in our best effort and then step back, allowing things to unfold. This approach does not mean we care less about the results. Rather, it helps us to engage more profoundly with the present moment, reducing worries about the future and regrets over the past. Studies suggest that individuals who practice this form of detachment report higher levels of contentment and lower instances of burnout and depression. This mental shift can improve our decision-making abilities. With a clearer mind, free from the clutter of desperation and fear of failure, we make choices that are more aligned with our true intentions and values. This leads to actions that are more thoughtful, deliberate, and ultimately more effective. In our quest for success and security, it's common to fall into the trap of believing in the myth of total control, that if we manage every variable, we can ensure the outcomes we desire. This belief often leads us down a path of frustration and exhaustion, as the unpredictable nature of life makes it impossible to control every aspect. Recognizing that we do not have total control is not a sign of weakness, but a realistic and liberating acceptance of life's inherent unpredictability. This acceptance frees us from the unnecessary burden of trying to steer every part of our lives and helps us focus on what is truly within our control, our actions and responses. Letting go of the illusion of control allows us to be more adaptable and resilient. When we are not rigidly attached to one path or outcome, we are more open to exploring alternative solutions and creative ideas. This flexibility can lead to better results than initially planned, as we are more responsive to the opportunities and challenges that arise. By accepting the limits of our control, we also cultivate greater patience and peace. We learn to endure life's uncertainties with grace, trusting that many situations will resolve themselves over time. This trust does not eliminate action, but enhances the quality of our actions, infused with wisdom and patience rather than haste and fear. Integrating the practice of letting go into our daily lives involves adopting habits that promote mental clarity and emotional resilience. One effective method is practicing mindfulness. Mindfulness encourages us to be fully present in the moment, engaging with our current activities without overthinking past events or future outcomes. This can be as simple as paying attention to our breathing, which centers our thoughts and calms the mind, reducing the urge to control every aspect of our lives. Another practical step is decluttering our physical and mental spaces. Just as removing unnecessary items from our environment can provide a sense of peace and order, clearing our minds of unproductive thoughts can enhance our mental well-being. Regularly setting aside time to reflect on what thoughts or worries are no longer serving us can help in letting them go. This might involve writing down concerns and physically throwing the paper away, symbolizing the release of these burdens. Setting healthy boundaries is also crucial. Often we take on more than we can handle, not just in terms of tasks, but also in emotional responsibilities. Learning to say no or to delegate tasks can prevent us from feeling overwhelmed and remind us that it's okay not to be in charge of everything. Establishing these boundaries helps maintain our energy and prevents resentment, allowing us to engage more meaningfully in activities and relationships that are truly important to us. A deeper aspect of letting go involves developing faith or trust that things will work out as they should, even if not always in the way we expect. This doesn't mean abandoning effort or responsibility, but recognizing that some outcomes are beyond our control and that sometimes the universe has a way of unfolding that serves our greater good. This faith can be secular or spiritual. It might come from a belief in a higher power, the intrinsic order of nature, or simply the observed pattern that life often finds a way to resolve its complexities. Trusting in this process can reduce the anxiety associated with uncertainty and encourage us to take sensible risks, knowing that not every action needs to be calculated to guarantee a specific outcome. Cultivating this trust involves patience and a willingness to observe. It's about recognizing the moments when intervention is useful and when it is better to let things take their natural course. For example, we might apply for several jobs and then trust that we will be offered the one that's right for us, rather than trying to micromanage every step of the selection process. Moving from the personal practices of letting go to the broader implications it has on our relationships, we'll explore how this principle transforms our interactions and connections with others. Letting go can profoundly affect our relationships, making them healthier and more fulfilling. By releasing the need for control and accepting people as they are, we foster an environment of mutual respect and understanding. This approach reduces conflicts that stem from unmet expectations and rigid perspectives. When we stop trying to mold others into who we want them to be, we open up the possibility of appreciating them for who they truly are. This philosophy also helps in managing our emotional investments. Instead of insisting on specific outcomes in our interactions, letting go teaches us to engage without heavy attachments to the results. This doesn't mean we care less about our loved ones, rather it means we're not allowing our happiness to be entirely dependent on their choices or behaviors. Such an attitude can alleviate common relational pressures and can lead to more spontaneous and joyful interactions. Letting go in relationships means embracing forgiveness. Holding on to past grievances can severely impact our current and future relationships. Learning to forgive, not for the sake of others, but for our own peace, is a crucial step in letting go. Forgiveness allows us to move forward without the heavy baggage of past hurts, opening our hearts to new experiences and connections. One of the most significant areas where the principle of letting go applies is in our relationship with time, specifically how we deal with our past and future. Dwelling on past mistakes or misfortunes can keep us in a perpetual state of regret and prevent us from living fully in the present. Similarly, excessive worry about the future can paralyze us with fear and anxiety, hindering our ability to make decisions or take steps that could lead to personal growth and happiness. To effectively let go of the past, it is helpful to acknowledge that every experience, good or bad, has contributed to who we are today. This acceptance can transform our past burdens into lessons of resilience and wisdom. As for the future, while it's wise to plan and prepare, it's equally important to cultivate flexibility and openness to change. Life is inherently unpredictable, and our plans must adapt to evolving circumstances. Practicing mindfulness is a powerful tool in this context. By focusing on the present moment, we can appreciate our current experiences and interactions without the shadow of the past or the weight of the future. Mindfulness encourages us to live fully in the now, enhancing our appreciation for life as it unfolds and increasing our capacity for joy and fulfillment. The journey of letting go is not about losing or giving up on our dreams. It's about opening ourselves to a life that's richer than we might have planned, a life full of abundance. Accepting the practice of letting go allows us to experience a profound sense of freedom and fulfillment. It enables us to welcome new opportunities, face challenges with resilience, and enjoy the surprises that life throws our way. This abundance manifests in various forms: peace of mind, richer relationships, and the courage to pursue our true passions. By not clinging tightly to how things should be, we become receptive to what could be. While we wrap up our discussion, I encourage you to experiment with letting go in small, manageable ways. Start with one aspect of your life where you feel the most pressure or the greatest desire to control outcomes. Apply the principles of mindfulness, set boundaries, or practice forgiveness in this area. Observe how these changes affect your stress levels and your interactions with others. Remember, the process of letting go is a gradual one. It doesn't happen overnight, and it's not about perfection. It's about progress and making a conscious effort each day to relinquish a little more control, trust a bit more in the process, and engage more fully in the present moment. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. Like and subscribe if you found this discussion helpful, and share your experiences of letting go in the comments below. Your stories can inspire others to start on their own journeys of discovery and abundance.